Alright guys, how is it going? Today we are going to be reviewing the Yomega Glide. This yo-yo I think is super awesome, but before we get too far into how this yo-yo plays, we're going to run through the specifications real quick. So it has a diameter of 55.95 millimeters, it has a width of 42.8 millimeters, it has a gap width of 4.4 millimeters, it has a severe H shape, which fits very nicely in your hand. And I think the H shape looks really nice as well. But that is just my opinion. It has a weight of 68.3 grams, so it is pretty heavy, but the weight makes this yo-yo feel very powerful. The bearing is a size C bearing, and the response pads are Yomega's silicone response pads. So now the Yomega Glide is part of Yomega's Elite Metal series, and I haven't tried any of Yomega's other yo-yos except for the Brain, so this is like the first real 1A yo-yo I have tried from Yomega. And it was said that this was designed for competitive use. And I remember back when it first came out, I remember it being fairly expensive. Recently it has dropped to a much more affordable price, so you can actually get some great, you can find it, I think the last time I saw it, it was like $38, $39 or something like that, so, you know, pretty affordable. And just right off the bat, I mean, the design on this is brilliant. I mean, it looks so nice to its H shape. On the side here, you have the Elite Metal like logo. On the face of the yo-yo, you have Glide. You have Yomega. You have the Elite Metal on like the hub there. So it looks very, very nice. I'll take it apart real quick to show you what is inside. So the axle is very, very long. You can remove it, but that is the axle, so a very nice axle. You know, some yo-yos have very short axles and then they fall out, but this has a very long axle, which is very nice. And the response pads are very nice as well, and then you have the Elite Metal logo on the side there, if you can see it. So very cool. And on the other half, you have the Elite Metal logo as well with the bearing. Now, I believe some Yomega Glides come with a concave bearing. This is just a flat size C bearing, but I mean, it sounds very nice. So, I mean, if you want to improve it, I mean, you can put a better bearing in there, but the bearing it comes with, at least in this yo-yo, plays very nice, and taking it apart and putting it back together is super easy as well. Alrighty, so I'll put a string on real quick and we'll go show you how it plays, and then we'll do like final opinions on it. But yeah, so like I said earlier, I don't know how many yo-yos are in Yomega's Elite Metal series, but this is one of them, so very cool. This yo-yo is very smooth, very smooth. I mean, very, very smooth. I mean, no issues with smoothness. You know, the 78 grams, you know, the H shape makes it very stable, and with 78 grams, I mean, it feels very controlled, and you don't really feel out of control with it. So, you know, it sleeps for a fairly long time. You know, maybe if you put a better bearing in there, it would improve play slightly, but I mean, it plays very, very nice. Now, the one thing that is absolutely awesome with this yo-yo is grinding. I mean, honestly, guys, it's too easy to grind. I mean, I could just sit here all day and grind with it. It is so good at grind. So if grinds are something you want to get into, I highly recommend you check this yo-yo out because it will make your job so much easier. So, I mean, grinding is super, super, super good at. Now, you might be a little, some people don't really like H shapes because they feel weird in your hand or something like that. This yo-yo actually fits very nicely in your hand. You know, your finger fits nicely in the gap, and then your pointer finger and your ring finger just kind of fit around the edges of the yo-yo very nice. So it fits very nice in your hand. It's not too big. It's just a really good yo-yo. You know, things that you could probably do to improve it would be like putting in a better bearing, but this bearing is just fine that's in it. But if you have like a better bearing laying around, I mean, it would play probably a little bit better. I mean, you could always test it out and see. Stability, I mean, is very stable, so you know that's not anything to really worry about. And it's just a extremely fun yo-yo. It's really fun. It's really good. Great at grinds. So honestly, if grinds are anything, if you want to be extremely good at grinds, this yo-yo will definitely help you. So final opinions on the Yomega Glide. I really, really like this yo-yo. It's really good for the price, especially since it's right around $38. So this yo-yo is really good. I congratulate Yomega on making such a high performance yo-yo. One thing I want to point out real quick is that the side is kinda, I mean, it has this little nub, so it's gonna hinder your finger spins. So if finger spins are something you really, really like to do, you know, this little nub might hinder you a little bit, but I mean, other than that, I'll see if I can do it. So, ooh, thumb grinds very nicely, and overall, it's just a really fun, high quality yo-yo. I really like the Yomega Glide, so I definitely recommend you check this yo-yo out. I really like it. It has a very unique feel to it. It has a very powerful feel and a very nice H shape to it. So if you like H-shaped yo-yos, you like heavier yo-yos, the Yomega Glide is definitely a really good yo-yo. So thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.